Welcome to the AI Newsreel for the week of April 10th through April 16th, 2026. This week, we have news about the latest tech releases, directions in AI architecture, applications of AI for productivity, and the impact of AI on the world. Let's get started.
Core tech releases. Meta debuts Muse Spark, its first new model in a year. Meta released Muse Spark, its first major AI model in more than a year, and the debut product from Meta Superintelligence Labs. The proprietary model, built over 9 months under Chief AI Officer Alexander Wang, supports multimodal inputs and multiple reasoning modes. Independent benchmarks placed it fourth overall, behind Gemini 3.1 Pro, GPT 5.4, and Claude Opus 4.6. Meta plans to roll the model out across WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and its Ray-Ban AI glasses in the coming weeks. Anthropic unveils Claude Mythos, limits release over cyber risk. Anthropic announced Claude Mythos Preview, a frontier model it describes as its most capable to date, but withheld general release due to its advanced ability to find and exploit software vulnerabilities. Under Project Glasswing, 40 organizations including Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and CrowdStrike received access to use the model for defensive security work. In testing, Mythos identified thousands of zero-day flaws across every major operating system and web browser, including a 27-year-old bug in OpenBSD. OpenAI shuts down Sora to redirect resources. OpenAI announced it will discontinue Sora, its video generation model, to redirect compute and team resources toward more profitable projects, including world models and robotics. Consumer access via web and app ends April 26th, with the API closing in September. The Sora team had proposed building a new video model, but the company chose to cancel video generation entirely. As of publication, Sora ranked 19th on an independent text-to-video leaderboard.
Directions in AI architecture. Mirror Code shows AI can complete weeks-long coding tasks. Epoch AI and Meta released early results from Mirror Code, a new long-horizon software engineering benchmark. In a headline result, Claude Opus 4.6 autonomously re-implemented a 16,000-line bioinformatics toolkit, a task researchers estimated would take a skilled human engineer 2 to 17 weeks. The authors noted the benchmark may already be nearing saturation, a signal of how rapidly autonomous coding capabilities are advancing. A full release with larger-scale experiments is expected in coming weeks. Google and Intel sign multi-year AI infrastructure deal. Google and Intel announced a multi-year collaboration on April 9th to align multiple generations of Intel Xeon 6 processors across Google's global AI data centers. The companies are also co-developing custom ASIC-based infrastructure processing units to offload networking, storage, and security tasks from host CPUs. Intel shares rose nearly 5% on the news. The deal signals a broader industry shift toward heterogeneous CPU-anchored compute as agentic workloads push demand beyond GPUs alone. Microsoft AI chief, compute explosion is still just beginning. Mustafa Suleyman, CEO of Microsoft AI, argued this week that AI development shows no signs of plateauing. Writing in MIT Technology Review, he noted that training compute for frontier models has grown by 1 trillion times since 2010, and that software efficiency improvements now have required compute every 8 months, far faster than Moore's Law. Suleyman said his superintelligence lab is planning for what he calls an era of cognitive abundance, while critics continue to predict diminishing returns.
AI for productivity. AI agents are reshaping software engineering workflows. Andrew Ng wrote in The Batch this week that AI coding agents are reshaping software engineering more than any other profession. A report by Citadel Securities cited in the newsletter shows software engineering job postings are currently rising, not falling. outlined 4 shifts already underway. More people writing code, less focus on reading raw syntax, more custom small audience applications, and lower costs for reducing technical debt. He added that deciding what to build, not the building itself, is now the key bottleneck. Google Colab adds custom instructions and learn mode to Gemini. Google Colab expanded its Gemini integration this week with 2 new features aimed at productivity and skill development. Custom instructions let users adjust the model's behavior to match their project needs and personal workflow. Learn mode provides step-by-step coding guidance instead of complete solutions, supporting skill building over time. Users can share their personalized Gemini settings with the broader Colab community, making the updates relevant for both individual developers and classroom environments. Salesforce Agentforce hits $800 million in annual recurring revenue. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff pushed back this week against the idea that AI threatens his company's business. Agentforce, the company's agentic AI platform, has closed more than 29,000 deals since its launch in September 2024 and now generates $800 million in annual recurring revenue. Benioff cited Amazon, Ford, General Motors, and Pfizer as enterprise customers, choosing Agentforce for their agentic deployments. The question remains whether that growth will ramp fast enough to offset its slower legacy platform business.
World impact. Stanford AI Index. Adoption faster than PC or Internet era. Stanford University's 2026 AI Index, released this week, found that more than half the world's population now uses AI within 3 years of it going mainstream, a faster adoption rate than the personal computer or the Internet. Roughly 88% of organizations now use AI. Top models from Anthropic, xAI, Google, and OpenAI are separated by razor-thin performance margins and are now competing mainly on cost, reliability, and real-world usefulness. Survey. AI has replaced tasks for 1 in 5 U.S. workers. A new poll from Epic AI and Ipsos found that AI has replaced existing tasks for 20% of full-time American workers, while 15% report AI created new tasks they would not have done otherwise. Goldman Sachs published separate findings this week, estimating AI is eliminating roughly 16,000 jobs per month when accounting for automation and augmentation combined. One AI policy expert told NBC News that the policy window for governments to shape AI's impact on the labor market may be closing faster than most realize. Amazon CEO defends $200 billion AI spending plan. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy used his annual shareholder letter to defend the company's roughly $200 billion capital expenditure plan for 2026, the majority directed at AI infrastructure. Jassy said AI revenue in Amazon's cloud segment has reached a $15 billion annual run rate, and the company's custom chip business, including Trainium and Graviton, is growing at triple-digit percentages year over year. He also announced a $12 billion data center investment in Mississippi, bringing Amazon's total commitment in the state to $25 billion.
That is your weekly summary of the news in artificial intelligence. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.